Hello, and welcome to another episode of the I Hate Cooking Show. I'm your host, Meeti, and I hate cooking. I moved out of my apartment, which means that I no longer have my own kitchen. And I live with my parents now, and they have a kitchen, but I would rather not use it. Okay, I would rather find a way to continue the show, meet with comedians, and make this thing keep going, okay? So I decided to invest in a camper stove that I got off of Amazon. Yeah, it folds up and it comes with a windbreaker. And I feel like it was worth it. But yeah, I haven't used it yet, so I'm gonna use it for the first time today, which is exciting. It's exciting. Although I must say, this whole setup is very illegal in New York City. Okay, the streets and the parks. And also, I don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna read some instructions. We're gonna get ourselves familiar, and we're gonna take this on the streets anyways. Okay, we're just gonna see what happens. Okay, and hopefully I don't get a ticket, but I don't want to talk about it. Okay, hopefully none of my followers are snitches. Anyways, so today we're gonna be making some tea, a cup of tea, and some 2-minute noodles. I forgot the pot at home to make these things in, but this stove came with like this high side pan, so I'm gonna use that and just see how it goes. I have been keeping up with comedy stuff. Lately, I've been doing TikTok lives every day for about an hour, which has brought me in a lot of followers, a lot of whom are creepy men. Okay, creepy men, honestly, underrated. An underrated category of people. Because creepy men, they are committed, they are dedicated, they're asking you questions, okay? They're asking probing questions. And they're investing, okay? They're investing in you and your toes and your smelly footwear. And you know what? I'm with that. So shout out to creepy men. And okay, the TikTok lives aren't like every day, but they're basically every day. Also, I've been doing stand-up stuff. My stand-up sets are getting better because I have a great crux of material. And I'm also making sure that my sets are juicy and entertaining to me because I put in new material here and there and just weave it together. My delivery is getting better. The reactions that I'm getting from crowds is getting better. Even if I'm repeating material and people may have seen it on social media, they're still laughing at these jokes. So I find that really reassuring. And I'm really excited to see where this goes. I can easily do 15 minutes right now. I want to extend it and keep extending it. And, I'm really grateful for every opportunity that I have to be on stage, especially as these sets get longer, because it's really a blessing to have stage time. So, yeah, I'm trying to stay grateful. Anyways, this pan makes zero sense to me because this handle doesn't directly attach, and it's also like not flexible. So it's just like a weird askew situation, and it took me a while to just accept it for what it is. So anyways, so that's kind of what's going on in the stand-up realm. I made it to another week of Outlaugh, also, which is a Survivor-style comedy competition. Oh, by the way, I'm getting myself together the cup of tea. It's like a spicy vanilla situation. And the show's been a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, it says something about listening to the wisdom of your neighbors, which is not what I want to hear when I know that my neighbors in Astoria hated me. So this Outlaugh has been a lot of fun. Okay, it's been a lot of fun. I highly recommend if you're a comedian, just going and experiencing it. It's really a rewarding experience, and it's an honor to be at UCB. I just see all these incredible comedians on the wall, and yeah, so yeah, I made it to another week. I did betray a bunch of people to get here, but it's the part of the game. You see me, I'm all about games, so it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun so far. Besides that, I do keep applying to jobs. Has anything pulled through? No, nothing, literally nothing. I do these job applications that require me to do work and still nothing. So that kind of sucks. But every time I do a tarot reading, I get the same message. Okay, I do tarot readings about work. I get the same message. Oh, by the way, these are the noodles that I ate. Yep. Yeah, they keep telling me to invest in my creative endeavors. And that's such a risk. And I feel like I'm just losing money doing this entire thing. And I keep doing this cooking show, and I really feel like this is like a quantity over quality type of a thing. So I'm really just staying hopeful. I've had a few people who found me on the internet come out to my shows, and I really love that. Like, it's so gratifying, especially when there are comedians who have way more of a following than I do, who don't have anyone show up. I'm really grateful that people do show up for me. So, you know, if you're watching this, oh, by the way, Ankit, shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming through. It really meant a lot to me. And then the next night, another person came through. His name is Karthik. So shout out to him, you know? You guys, like, made my day, my weekend, basically. Like, it really means the world to me. Because it makes me feel better than other comedians, and that's all I care about. So anyways, there's a hot water. The tea was good. It's this burner is not that powerful. It could be because we're outdoors. So, but I just persist. I simply persist. What else is there to do? I persist so much that I do kind of feel like a cockroach. I just do. I'm like, why am I persisting so much? Like, why am I resisting all attempts to kill me? Like, what? But here I am, one of the roaches amongst people, living through just chaos after chaos. Oh, I put the spices of my noodles in first. What do you guys do? Do you put the noodles in first? It just makes logical sense. I saw my cousin do this one time, and I was like, oh, wow, that makes sense. So those are the noodles. I collected all the garbage and I threw it out really quick. Besides that, I mean, there are no really major updates. I do have some bit ideas I want to do, but they're super offensive. So I'm just like, you know, tossing them around in my brain. It's about slurs, okay? So I'm just trying to toss them around in my brain and see how I can bring it to the stage without offending anyone. And so, yeah, you know, some things just are a slow burn, like this camper stove situation, okay? But besides that, I'm kind of just like, you know, enjoying life. Cooking outdoors is really nice, actually. I have to say, it's just connecting with nature, just breathing in fresh air. You don't feel trapped in the confines of the patriarchy. I feel like this is why men love barbecuing, because they feel like they're one with the earth. They're like, yeah, I did this. I caught this. I took this from my parents' cabinet. I took this from their pantry, this 2-minute noodle situation. And this tea bag, it's from my apartment. It's from a while ago. I don't even like this tea. I just got it a while ago. But yeah, I did that. And now I'm going to do this. Yeah, put those noodles in there. Put them noodles in there. Crack them open, because the pan has small sides. Besides that, I mean, there's really no other updates. I am just completely engrossed by my day-to-day tasks and comedy. It takes up so much of my brain space and self-care. So a lot of that, you know, and a lot of just trying to be as present as possible. I'm driving around a lot, you know, keeping a clear head, clear mind, and just kind of staying focused on that. I had this, like, realization recently where it's like, you know how they say multiple timelines, like there's multiple parallel timelines happening? I feel like they're theoretical, whether time is real or not. Hold on, I have so much time in this video that I'm going to just explain this to you. I think it's like, you know, multiple timelines exist when you can have multiple choices present that could be happening logically. Like, logically, I could still be living in my apartment in Astoria, and that timeline exists, theoretically. But that would be a bad timeline. This is a better timeline where I don't live in that apartment. I'm happier. I feel less restricted. And I just feel like I'm making healthier decisions for myself. And comedy's become more rewarding. And I think there's an even higher timeline. And I think I'm on that timeline, really, where I'm just, like, continuing to keep, like, a clear head, clear mind, you know? Completely clear 24/7. And I think I'm on that timeline, basically. Sometimes I have a drink here and there, but, you know. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And there's not much else to it, you know. So I'm applying to things on Backstage. I'm like, you know what? Why don't I change my focus from Indeed to castingnetworks.com? Okay, because I've gotten a lot of gigs out of casting networks. And I also created an account on Backstage, but Backstage is like the Walmart of all of these casting network things, you know, where there's just too many options. But why not? So that's kind of where I'm at. You know what? It's like, it's not a matter of like, oh, you don't believe in yourself? Oh, you don't. It's like, no, I believe, but like the logical path, the safest path is just not for me. And I see other comedians do it really well, where they have a 9 to 5 and they do comedy and, you know, they're doing well, but that's just not the path for me. So, I kind of have to accept that. Even though I don't want to, and I think I'm going to keep applying to remote jobs, and I really hope that I get a remote job. I really do. I really, truly do, but, even if I don't, I'm going to be fine. So, how are you doing, though? Are you good? Leave me a comment below if you're good. Leave a couple emojis. I don't know what's going on. I really don't, but here I am cooking 2-minute noodles in the park. So I turned off the stove and I started just packing everything up because it seems like the noodles are cooked. So, you know, why not just wrap it up? And we're also at the point in the video where I have nothing else to talk about. I really have nothing else to add. Nothing of value. Nada. And I can keep going because there's so much more time left in this entire thing. I was like, you know what? Why don't I just create an unedited video? And so here we are. And now I'm gonna eat these noodles. They were pretty good. I mean, just look at them. They look like a cheese pizza. Okay, but it's not a cheese pizza. It's a spicy noodle situation. And it was great and warming and amazing. So that was lovely. And you know what? I'm going to take this to the streets of New York City. I am. I don't care if they tell me to pack it up. I'll pack it up and go. Technically, it's also illegal to have those chess games in New York City, okay? Those chess games outside of Whole Foods. Oh, yeah, by the way, here, thumbs up. Yeah, those seem illegal to me. That feels like gambling, those chess games. So why can't I just open up a propane tank, get a burner going, and cook something? Okay, cook anything in front of all these people who are probably hungry. Why can't I do that? What is so bad about that? What am I going to burn down a building? Am I going to burn down? No, I'm not even in a building. I'm outdoors. The wind isn't going to take the flame anywhere. The flame is barely there. By the way, the noodles were delicious. The flame is barely there, you know. What am I going to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a silly law to prevent creative endeavors from taking place in the streets of New York. And also, who's going to stop me? Who's going to arrest me? All the cops are probably going to be in the MTA. Unless Zoran, like, defund, you know, makes it so that the tickets are free. Then the cops won't be in the MTA. Then they won't have anything to do. Then they'll be on the subways, okay? Maybe they'll be somewhere where they're actually useful. I don't know why I'm getting so passionate about this. Like, I don't even live in the city anymore. But I really hope that the tickets become free. That would be great. So we're gonna wrap this up, okay? I'm gonna eat these noodles, and I'm gonna head on out of here. I think this has been a lovely experience. I want to keep this going, okay? I'm gonna keep this camper stove thing going. So, thank you for watching another episode of the I Hate Cooking show, and I hope you continue to tune in. And if you don't, it's fine. I totally get it, honestly. Like, cooking shows are the worst. Like, no one really cares about cooking like that. And then I'm cooking shit that you don't even, like, care to find the recipe about, you know what I mean? Like, this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. I don't know why I'm committed to the bit, but here I am. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna head out. So, thanks for tuning in. New episode every Monday. Make sure to come back next week, and I'll see you soon. Okay, I'll have a guest next week. Bye. Love you.